Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the book, doing what I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you again today. Well, I'm cherry picking now, so all of them going to be good. Hand picked. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together, and I'll ask the question. Do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you had to answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to my yacht, be true. I know everybody think I know how to breathe. So, right thinkers, quick lesson. It's coming back around again, but let's talk about proper breathing, and then I'm going to take you over to what we call the third eye vision versus distorted vision. This is what it looks like. So I wish I had that. If I had that blue screen, I can put this on the board and we can read this. But the top is the ignorant vision. You see that little bird with the head on it? That's the universal Bob. It comes to him. You see him on top? He got nothing. He gonna get nothing. See at the bottom? He got his Uranus going on. He got his third eye vision working. That's where your Bob comes from right there. And that's when it's going to go home, okay? He going to go look for somebody else to help them out. But that's the concept. So let's get with this proper breathing out the way. I got a little short little paragraph or two. Just to give you a quick, this is the introduction part. I got another lesson coming up. I got to go down that rabbit hole now. But proper breathing technique. Okay, let's go. I think I did it before. But most people in the modern world do not know how to breathe properly. Calm your heels, slow down. And what they're saying is, if you are a meditator, if you are a yogic philosopher, you know it's the rhythmic breathing that sends the blood, the oxygen through the body to go up. That's what we understand. What they're saying is to you, proper breathing causes that. And a lot of us don't do it. Some of us do it when we meditate. They say do it all the time. Let me get to the lesson. Sorry about that. But most people, especially men, have learned to breathe, poke the chest out. And I've been breathing out. Okay, well, if you've been doing something all your life, don't mean it's not wrong. You've been doing it wrong all your life. How about that? Come to grips with that and stop with no. You was wrong. Simple. Moving on. Let me see this lesson out the way. I can get to my good stuff. All right, but this is just what I'm trying to make a point with this breathing. Everybody learned to breathe by pushing the chest out in a manly or the macho fashion. Yeah. But this mode of breathing is harmful for many reasons. Now I got your attention. The amount of air taken in is less, and vital cosmic energy is reduced and becomes stagnant where in the subtle or vital energy channels resulting in physical and or mental dis-ease within the body. The flow, the kundalini flow is interrupted, it's stagnant. Now things are starting to break down. That's what he said, body in motion stays in motion, okay? And you do things to keep that possible. And the stagnation of the flow of your energy through your body has the effect of a grounding one's consciousness. It can mess you up real bad to what? To even the physical realities, rather than allowing your mind and body to operate with what? With the lightness and stability if it's working at optimal level. The oxygen through the body plays a big role in how we think. Okay? And they tell you, a lot of people breathing that way, they ain't really supplying the oxygen that they need. But when they go to the meditative mode and get the rhythmic breathing going, all of a sudden, because the oxygen is going to the body like it's supposed to. It all makes sense and it's real. You can't get around that. Simple. Okay? I'm trying to push meditation, but it's an important part. Now, wrapping it up. Belly breathing. What's that? I got to picture that on the next page. I had to break it down. Okay? These are 3 ways right here. They're showing the wrong way, top. See what happens the right way? And that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, give you a quick lesson. Listen, gotta go back here right quick. So that's just how you're supposed to breathe from the belly. It tells you belly breathing or abdominal breathing, breathing messages what? The internal organs. Remember, the oxygen is in the blood. When you breathe it correctly, the blood takes the oxygen where it needs to go better, quicker, and it works. And the organs, your internal organs, and they develops what? Life force energy, aka we call it Ra, they call it Chi or Kundalini in India, in China. Okay, Prana, Chi, everybody got a word for the energy, serpent power, whatever, but it's all life force energy. Everybody just got a different name for it, like God, okay. But it will be noticed that what? It is our natural breathing pattern when what? When we lay down on our back. Instruction is as follows, right quick. A, breathe in and push the stomach out. B, breathe out and pull the stomach back in. Stomach out, in. Stomach in, oxygen out. That's the proper technique to breathe and to send the oxygenated air throughout the blood, throughout the body with the flow that it's supposed to. It don't interrupt the flow. It gets in the flow and makes it flow. That's the concept in the do work. This form of what breathing is to be practiced when meditating. No, all times. See, right there. Not just doing meditation. See, I know that because that's what I did. I didn't know until I can just do this all the time. Duh. But hyperventilating, what the hell? That ain't working. Dude, you're breathing wrong. See? I do that with my life. Yeah, but you've been living your life, all your life, you've been breathing wrong. Trust me. When you find out what you was doing, because you thought it was whatever, that it was a change. That's it. Just no, let it go. It wasn't working, obviously. Sorry. When you find out something new that you didn't know, you should embrace it. Don't fight it because that ain't what you used to know. That's the whole purpose of doing something new, learning. If you're doing it wrong, learn the right way, and you can change it from doing it wrong. Hope that makes sense. What's this? Now, it allows our natural life force in the air, the blood that goes through, to be rhythmically supplied to the body. It makes sense. And spiritual what? Nervous system. This process is indispensable in the achievement of what? Of physical health. Good health depends on what? Proper breathing. How about that? First thing they give you what? Is oxygen. Okay? Physical health and even your mental, spiritual power to give you the control and ability over your mind by what? Daily meditation. Right there. The meditation part of your life is you connecting to the higher self, what we call God. All that praying don't mean a damn thing. But if you ain't living right, you ain't offering up a selfish service, you ain't doing the things that you're supposed to do, you can pray till the cows come in. You talking to yourself anyway. And guess what? Yourself is so ignorant of itself, it don't hear nothing you saying. Make sense? Trying to calm down, get excited. All right. But that breathing thing is important. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And doing the technique of meditating, they teach you that. I didn't learn that until I started meditating. Again, admitting to ignorance ain't a bad thing. That means now you know. Being ignorant and thinking you know is the worst thing you can do. So that's the difference. Now let's go over here to my favorite. This is fun. I'm trying to break this down where it makes sense so you can understand it. This is the lesson right here, right here. And I'm going to get back to that breathing thing, but that was just a little quick intro. But let me get to this. It's titled Distortion Vision, which is the top one of the world. Due to what? Erroneous and ignorance of the subconscious impressions of the mind. Meaning your subconscious is full of a whole bunch of nonsense. Why? It ain't meditating, it ain't blowing it out, it ain't cleaning it out, it ain't downloading new information, it ain't getting rid of, it's just all messed up. So let's talk about that. And I showed you the picture for a reason. You see here it says the universal bar. That's your spirit. It has wings. This is the shin of eternity. That means this is eternal. Your internal bar, this universal bar is eternal. And let me read and break it down for you to show you the difference. This is the view of a distorted, ignorant, subconscious thoughts. Okay? Ignorant mind and thoughts. Their passion is uncontrolled. Their emotions run wild. You know somebody like that? Again, these is all qualities, characteristics that you have to recognize and notice in other people. But more important, we do notice in other people, you should be able to recognize it in yourself. That's where you start. Okay, watch this. Now, your desires for objects of the world. We all have them. Society is built on that. Desires to have, want to be. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And to satisfy those cravings. When you're stuck on satisfying your desires and cravings of the world, you're going to be stuck on stupid. That's the point. And this is distorted vision. Okay? This is just one vision. When you're craving, you satisfy your cravings and cause of your mental agitation. When you want something, you can't get it, you're upset. When you get something that's good and start, you're upset. See, that's not the right way to live. That's all what? Ego. Ego sense. That's the me, I, that wants everything their way. You know people like that? And for some reason, females think they don't have egos. The ego is your identification card, your calling card, so we all have one. How about we recognize that first, okay? Then you can start from there. If you don't even recognize you have an ego, you ain't even in the ballpark. So understand, oh, y'all can forget, y'all call it the devil. Same thing, okay? Again, different words, same thing. Ego sense is what? I am an individual. Right there. That's ignorant. If you think you just you, that's the definition of ignorance, of your higher self. I am an individual. I'm not connected to anything or anyone other than my family, relative, stuff like that. That's ignorant. I am separate. I am me. You know people like that? There's a bunch of them, and they just ignorant. That's all they are. You can enlighten them. Instead of ragging and trying to bring them down, Pastor did the service yesterday. Don't get so high and mighty on yourself because you go to church and you live right and do right. Everybody else is beneath you because they don't do it. Who are you? Again, I heard good Christians don't judge. Everything I hear about y'all is judgmental. But y'all say one thing, and again, what they say don't match what they do. I can't trust you. Moving on. But again, the egoistic mind thinks about themselves first. That's what makes them selfish. They can appear to be cool, but their ego only wants to be satisfied. And watch this. The world of objects. They want things. They want people in their life that they can control and manipulate. They want to have names and forms that appear separate, but yet dual. We are human individuals. I mean, we have dual. Spirit and matter come together in human form. We're spiritual beings having human experience, but we have a conscience of our own, aka free will to what? Know thyself or not. Your choice. Again, you have a choice. Okay? I'm showing you who the ignorant choice. These people ain't making a decision. They going with their own, and some people successful in their endeavors in life. So they're not changing. They got everything they want. Moving on, I just gave you the idea. The vision of an ordinary person is distorted by their mental concept of reality, the ignorance of it. And they see the world as composed of separate things, okay? And then the mind develops the idea of I, me. I want to have. That for myself. I need that for something. That's all ego. Anytime you say I, me, you speaking for yourself. It's okay. And watch this. Not realizing, due to your ignorance of your higher self, that there is what? No end to what? Your cravings and your desires in the physical, in the flesh. They will never be satisfied. So this is why you got them old guys popping them pills. Wow, they still trying to relive their life from 20, 30 years ago. No, my man. But they give you an opportunity to do that. That's your thing. Knock yourself out. Again, remember one thing. Consequences for your actions. That's karma. I keep telling you that. You can't get around that. So if you want to take a pill, so you got pleasures for a little while, guess what? Once you do that, what you think that pill doing to other parts of your body? You think about that? Oh, no, I'm just worried about you. Okay, stop doing that nonsense. Sorry, it's like an old man. Yeah, I'm 67 years old. Ain't took a pill. No, I can say, I took one. I told my brother, I said, my man, I took that one. Dog, I don't know, no. So I'm going to walk that. When I do something for myself, I can make my own decision about it. I don't want that. Moving on. Been there, done that too. Okay. Again, I only speak from experience. It's personal, but yeah, I did it, didn't like it. Moving on. And watch this. Because your ignorance, there is no end to your ignorant cravings and perverted desires of the flesh. We're seeing it, all rich people, we're seeing it now. But my thing is, the people who doing the act, when they doing the act, they doing it, why? They doing it because they want their money. Cause and effect. That action caused you to get paid. But now, your moral, your ethics, now your personal, you got to deal with yourself. And my man said it best. I just watched it on Terrence Howard. He said, P. Diddy tried to do him. And men, we start out virgins. We should end up virgins. Hello? Just make that point. But now there is no reality behind what? Beyond their desires of the flesh. They can't see nothing. They don't want nothing. All they want is more. Me, I. Okay? And there have been nothing in this world, again, hear me, that has satiated our human wants yet. We continue to grasp at what they call illusions. Satisfaction of the flesh, satisfaction of the now, and just wanting to be, that's all illusionary. Why? It don't go nowhere. It's satisfactory for the moment. With knowledge of self and proper vision I'm about to give to you right now, this is where we want to be. Correct vision of the world is due to what? Cleansed subconscious impression, not the one that's what? Erroneous or ignorant. Look at the headgear, okay? Look at the headgear. And now you see the bar coming by. Now when that get awakened, you're good to go. That's my goal, to get you right there. My goal to get you right here. I like this part because this is going to break it down. You got the universal God bar, okay? Ra. Correct vision. Thoughts. Watch this. The difference is pure minds and thoughts. That means good intention. Pure means it's from the heart. When you conniving and, doing your thing, that ain't heartfelt. That's all up here. That's all you. That's all the ego. Again, that's what's running the show. Okay? Until you get your third eye open up and realize, oh, my higher self, I should be listening to Haru, not to you, my lower self. Okay? This the head with the conscious. That head ain't got nothing. Moving on. Correct vision. Pure thoughts. Right thinking. Okay? That means passion is gone. That means you don't get all crazy about anything. You are now content with yourself. You are everything. Everything is you. Oh, they had a song about you are everything and everything. He was just in love. But if he knew what you said, he's right on point. What's this? And your desires for objects of the world and pleasure of the flesh is gone. Why? Because there really are no objects of the world or pleasures of the flesh. Only the universal self, the Ba, that's within you. You don't need nothing else. We just don't know that. And we already know we're born with everything we need. God was already in us. All we got to do is become conscious. And watch this. Now the ego, here we go. When that third eye opens up, the ego have to acquiesce. Your ego sense is now transcended, aka conquered. Now, one sees all things as what? Oneself. Thus, one experiences what? Unity with all things, aka with God, through daily meditation. That keeps you connected. Daily life keeps you grounded. But you can always live in the meditative state of mind. I'm always God conscious, so that's what they're telling you. And what's this? The world now is your oyster. Now appears as it truly is, as one large ocean of what? Existence. We all here, okay? But the non-dual concept, this is God. Every individual has their own personal connection to God. Of course you go to church because you recognize that don't make you better. Me being enlightened, me know myself, don't make me no better than nobody else. I still got to live here with y'all. So I'm trying to help all I can while I'm here. When I'm gone, it's gone. That's it. Party's over. So when I'm here, I'm doing what I can do for you. That's my point. Wrapping it up. This is what you call correct vision. The individual body sees the world different now. Why? Through correct vision, aka third eye vision. The correct vision of the world only comes from those who cleanse their subconscious impressions, free their minds from the nonsense, and that leads one to think right, that they are separate objects in the world. One thinks, when one thinking wrong thinking is thinking they are separate objects in the world. Right thinking is one now sees through what? Physical eyes, and they have developed, there you go, what we call third eye vision, or the Uraeus. You see the serpent up? That's knowing you're woke and you have protection. The Uraeus, the eye of Ra. Now, one sees what? The world of who? God as himself. And sees it. Why? Because now one is what? With God. I hope it's making sense. This is my thing. To cleanse the subconscious, you have to follow the path for what? Spiritual, righteous, virtuous living, aka Maya. If you have to live it at Judgment Day, they're going to question you on how you lived it. It don't get no better than that. So you can take Christ, you can take Buddha, you can take Allah, take all you want. I'm taking Maya. I'm taking my chances with that. Simple as that. All we got is concepts and theory. I made my decision. I'm riding that horse, win, lose, or draw. How about that? But I'm comfortable. So no matter how it go, I'm good. And that's only because you are what? One with God. That's knowledge of self. That's knowing that self. And that's the lesson. And I'll be right back. I got to teach you how to breathe. I done brought it up. Now I got to go through that rabbit hole. But I'll be right back. In closing, right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day. But remember, practice Maya to pass that Judgment Day. I'm out.